Well, fuel pump price has continued to rise above the federal government's stipulated price, selling at above 150 naira, while consumers have a hard time getting the product at cutthroat price. The independent petroleum marketers say they are finding it hard to source for the product at the government-approved depots. However, major oil marketers and the government petrol stations have stuck to the approved pump price of 87 naira, but the stations say they do not have the product.
The queues are yet to fade away, and this is the second week running, a situation consumers see as frustrating. Most private petrol stations in Abia and Anambra State sell at over 150 naira. In Anambra, consumers, especially motorists and factory owners, decry the huge loss they suffer on a daily basis. They say their earnings go into buying the product.
You start from in the morning till night, you won't make it. The only little one you make, you use it to buy fuel. So it's affecting us 120 every day. Before you fill your tank, you won't see any money again. When you leave your account money that you give your guy, there will not be any money for you again.
Anambra here now, we have fuel, but the problem is that they do sell, some free stations do sell 120, some 135. But we are pleading and asking government to make it come down to normal price that it was before. If not coming down to what we expect, we Nigerians, because we want it to be like 40 per liter.
The independent oil marketers in Abia want government to reactivate more refineries as the demand for the product is increasing. In fact, they insist that they also buy from private depots at a high price, claiming the products are usually not available at government depots. They have threatened to down tools if harassed further.
If the product is still available in government depots, I will go there and get it at that government approved price. Nothing stops us from selling it at that government approved regulated price of 87 naira per liter. And the product is not there. When you have about 200 and something market that are supposed to make in a day from the NPC, and at the end of the day, they will not only about 10 to 15 trucks per day. How do you think it will go around the country? About the past, a lot of us service more than 5 states. From part of Akwa Ibom, part of Anambra, Abia, Imo, part of Ebonyi, part of Enugu State. These are the states that collect products from our depot.
You see, somebody cannot go and buy petroleum product at 90 naira per liter, and he goes to sell it, landing here at 97, he goes to sell it at 100 naira. He's only making 3 naira. So if you look at it, if there's enough product in government refineries, we make our margin is about 9 naira. It's better than me making 3 naira. When I go and buy fuel at 95, I transport it to Umuahia here, then it will cost me about 98. I sell at 100 naira, 102. I'm only making 2-3 naira.
In other parts of Nigeria, including Lagos and Edo State, the scarcity and hike in price of the product is biting harder. The question: how long more would the people blessed with oil wait to have the product at their disposal unhindered?
A question begging for an answer there, urgently. So, while the Lagos State government has asked the state workers to prepare for new challenges as the governor-elect takes office come May the 29th. Governor Pt.3 said this today while marking his 2,900 days in office. Governor Fashola also said a functional rail system is urgently needed to transport fuel to make the product available to the people.
Traditional rulers, women leaders, dressed in different attires, and workers in the Lagos State public sector are all here at the LTV Blue Roof for one purpose: to celebrate the 2,900 days of Governor Babatunde Fashola in office. As the #1 citizen of the state steps in, he exchanged pleasantries with different dignitaries. Then, the man of the day walks to the stage to give his account of stewardship. And instead of evaluating his government, he puts some questions to the audience.
Do you use any of the 362 new roads covering over 353 kilometers that we built and representing about 600, and roads that we patched representing about 637 kilometers that we resurfaced? Do you use any of the bridges at Okota? Do you use the Lekki Link Bridge? If your answer to any of these questions is yes, then this government has been there for you.
He also gives his apology to those he has offended, just as he advises residents to endure the current fuel crisis.
To those that I may have offended, I apologize. I made decisions in attending to hundreds, if not millions of fires that I attended to daily. I took those decisions in the best interest of Lagos. So I hope that we will be able to transport fuel properly over the next few years by rail. All of this will change. All of those facilities will work. The refineries across the nation too will pick up, so that the whole country will not come and take fuel from one place.
Everything that has a beginning has an end. For Governor Fashola and many Lagosians, this administration will not be easily forgotten.
While the last may not have been heard of the rift between the management of the Federal Medical Center Owerri and members of the National Union of Allied Health Professionals in the hospital over the alleged plan by the management to outsource the laboratory and pharmaceutical units. The union is threatening to down tools if the management does not reverse its plan. But the medical director of the hospital insists that the proposed public-private partnership remains the best option, considering the dwindling nature of revenue generation at the medical center. Well, trade volume between Nigeria and Mexico has been put at a total of 175 billion naira in 2014. The Mexican ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Marco Blanco, says the figure indicates an increase of over 100% of the amount realized the previous year. Mr. Blanco says Nigeria remains a great ally in trade and expects the two countries to improve on the bilateral trade.
Your Excellency, sir. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
One after the other, the honorary councils presented their letters of appointment to the Minister of Foreign Affairs amidst loud applause by colleagues and friends who came to witness the occasion. In his presentation on behalf of the Mexican government, the Mexican ambassador to Nigeria affirmed that Nigeria has constantly remained a strong business partner.
Our bilateral trade, if well, is still incipient, went from $166.5 million in 2012 to $575 million in 2014, which is equivalent to a growth of 255%. This amount is the largest record historically, and that is total trade in 2014. Nigeria was the main trade partner of Mexico in Africa, surpassing South Africa.
Responded, the Minister of Foreign Affairs says he wants the bilateral trades to also translate into job creation and poverty reduction.
I know Sweden is a great country.
Thank you.
I've been there so many times, but years back. I've been as a business in Sweden in my younger days. So I know Sweden is one country that has always been standing by us at all international fora. So for that, I believe you have a lot to contribute, particularly in the trade and commercial sectors.
Next was the turn of the Swedish Honorary Council to Nigeria. She sees Nigerian women as great entrepreneurs and is ready to work with them as she takes up the assignment.
Sweden and Nigeria have had a very good relationship over the years, and we're very happy for this. We're also looking at how we can promote more trade between the countries, more than we have today. And also, during my day job, I am working for a cosmetics company, a beauty company, and being a woman as an MD position. We have seen so many strong female entrepreneurs in Nigeria, and so many great business-driven people that are truly amazing. And this is a great honor for me to be part of Nigeria and be part of the business here. And also we're looking forward to have a great collaboration together with the embassy, the Swedish embassy, and moving forward together.
It is expected that the honors conferred on these Nigerians and foreigners will go a long way in strengthening the bilateral and diplomatic relationships between both countries.
First Bank. You first.
Hello, good evening. Let's take you through our business stories this hour. I am Adeshawa Josh. The central bank has reported that 150.6 billion naira was raised in treasury bills at its last auction. Yield on the 3-month bill was stable at 10.909% as the Apex Bank sold 45.17 billion naira. Also, 23.43 billion naira was sold in the 6-month paper at 12.89%. higher than the 12.8% yield at the last auction, while 82 billion worth as the billionaire worth of the 1-year paper was sold at 13.39%. FBN Holdings has met its Basel II requirement over financial regulatory standards demanded by the Central Bank of Nigeria, and this and other growth strategies of the financial institution were revealed during its Facts Behind the Figures presentation at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The insightful forum took place with the broker, dealer community and financial journalists.
Bellwether lender, FBN Holdings, was here last year with investment news for market operators. This time the group is back with even more impressive revelations about the group.
It's the third time that we are coming here as FBN Holdings to present details of the performance of the group.
Following the trading floor interaction is a presentation of the holding company's operational plan delivered by the Chief Executive, Mr. Bello Machidu. Here he breaks the news that the company has met its Basel II regulatory requirements.
The introduction of Basel II in October 2014 also came with it the requirement that banks that did not meet the capital adequacy ratio under that requirement must by June 2015 submit to the Central Bank of Nigeria a recapitalization plan. I'm happy to say that with the capital adequacy ratio of 16.7% based on the Basel II computation, we believe that we have a good capital position to be able to continue our operations.
Speaking further on the group's plan to acquire a merchant bank license, Mr. Machido says it's almost a done deal.
Presently, we own 100% of Kakari Discount House, which we have utilized as a vehicle to submit an application to the regulatory authorities for a merchant banking license.
First Bank's Group Managing Director, Bisi Onosoye, also speaks on the lender's long-term exposure to the oil and gas industry despite falling crude oil prices.
Importation of petroleum products into Nigeria is oil and gas sector, but it is downstream segment of the oil and gas. First Bank has close to 19.5% of our loan portfolio in that segment of the market. If there is a reference to price of crude oil, which is the major concern why people are worried about the size of portfolio, it's very minimal. The second segment, of course, is the upstream segment, which is financing production of petroleum products. Let me re-emphasize that our exposure in this area is just about 10% of our total portfolio.
FBN Holdings management also revealed that this firm and its medium to long-term outlook is hinged on revenue generation drive across group, implementation of capital plan, cost efficiency for profitability, and risk portfolio strategies to deliver value to customers.
Well, the oil share index of the Nigeria Stock Exchange ended south 0.08% on Thursday. Here's Temple Ashaju with the day's closing figures.
Hello and welcome to Stock Market Reports. The downwards trend at the Nigerian equities market entered the fourth day as the key index slipped by 0.08% to close at 34,400.57. Now leading the gainers pack is surplus with 8 naira. It comes ahead of ETI with 2 naira 27 kobo and CAP, that is chemical and allied products, with 1 naira 87 kobo. On the flip side, Nestle tops the laggards list with 35 naira 75 kobo. It's followed by Guinness with 8 naira and of course 44 kobo, and Dangote Cement with 1 naira 55 kobo. On the volume chart, Access Bank pulls the highest volume of shares at 77.8 million units ahead of UBA and Access Bank. Now in all, more than 330 million units of shares valued at 3.7 billion naira were traded in 5,238 deals. That's it on the Stock Market Report for today. I'm Temple Ashaju.
Thanks a lot, Temple. Finally, on business news tonight, Shell Nigeria has declared a force majeure on its exports of Focados crude oil stream, and the decision follows frequent leaks in the Trans-Focados pipeline, a major oil link to an export terminal operated by the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company. Several Focados cargoes for May loading are still on offer, while trading on June export program, which are yet to commence. The May contract has 189,000 barrels scheduled for export in 6 cargoes, as the June contract holds a total of 158,000 barrels per day. And that's business news tonight. The News at 10 continues in a moment.
First Bank. You first.
Well, Bi-Quarterly Aviation Services Limited, operators of the Murtala Mohammed Airport 2 in Lagos, says it's making passenger processing easier as it has completed the latest version of the Common User Passenger Processing Units, or called self-check-in kiosks. The self-check kiosk at the terminal is designed to reduce the queues at the airline counters. At the launch of the facilities, which include e-gates and a full baggage reconciliation system, the Minister of Aviation Osita Chidoka said this leap by MMA2 is charting a course on how airport operations should run in Nigeria. Our aviation correspondent Bukola Joe Oketumbi reports.
The Murtala Mohammed Airport 2 in Lagos is Nigeria and Africa's first public-private terminal. As the airport marks its 8th anniversary, friends, customers, top management and the Minister of Aviation are present to witness this milestone. But first, the speeches.
Anytime we say Nigerian aviation or Nigerian tendencies, we demean ourselves. We must seek to comply with international standards, and if we're going to be a great nation, we must exceed those standards. I think that MMA2 has offered a template about how government should deal with the issue of the operation and the management of Nigerian airports. The deploying of the Common User Passenger Processing System and the Baggage Reconciliation System is a step in the right direction for the airport that Nigerians have voted as the best airport in Nigeria.
To mark this milestone, passenger processing is now driven by the latest technology. The Common User Passenger Processing System is up and running.
The technology we installed here will process passengers faster, more secure, and certainly make passengers enjoy the journey more, which is eventually a benefit to the passengers of our customers.
The e-gate is another innovation which will ensure that only passengers with valid boarding passes will access the secure zones.
To the glory of God and for the
all of this, the operators of Muritala Mohammed Airport say their goal is to ensure that passengers and clients alike enjoy the airport experience while traveling through it. Bukola Joe Kituli, Channels Television News.
Well, still ahead on the news, Nigeria's Super Eagles maintain same spot in the latest ranking by the World Football Governing Body FIFA. That's in sports news. Stay with us.